And the topic for today is, will a veteran's unemployability TDIU benefits be automatically terminated at age 67? Okay. We're going to put the banner up. See, we're going to answer the question tonight. We don't just babble here. We're going to answer the question. Did you hear what I said? Now, this is for you, Brother Hakeem, and others that have TDIU. Coasty. Will a veteran's unemployability, IU, TDIU, those are two forms of unemployability benefits, be automatically terminated at the age of 67? Let's get into it. Let's get into it, family, and we're going to get down with it. All right. I didn't mean to do that. Let's see. How many, let me ask y'all this here. How many types of 100% are there? My fault. I didn't know that was the next one. How many types? Put it in the chat. How many types of 100% are there? How many? While y'all answer, I'm going to read the statement from my sister. There are blank types of 100% VA disability ratings. How many types of 100% are there? You can guess if you don't know. And I'll be reading the questions while you're doing that. Now, how, H-Town, did you talk to a patient advocate about their dentist in community care? I actually talked to community care and they resolved it. I talked to patient advocate today about the ENT doctor at community care. ENT are the VA hospitals will do a biopsy on the 24th of July, 2025. I did pre-op. Now, so with the failed implants that I have, right? Coming with the failed implants that I have, first I got to get the tooth out that gave me problems. So they're going to be doing that. So let's get to it, and then we're gonna deal with the tooth extraction before the failed implants. Now, yes, I am listening. Okay, so the three. Our brother Charleston says 3 types of 100%. Betty Bob say 4. Then we have Terrell Mullins. Hey, how you doing, Terrell? Everybody show Terrell love. Let us know your branch of service and state of country you're currently living in, because we want to interact with you and let you know we're glad that you're here. Show love. And if you're just a supporter, we love that you're here too. Family, this thing is catching on. Remember, about a month and a half ago, we needed about 300 people to get the 2,000 subscribers. Now we only need but 50. Kareem said permanent total scheduler TDIU. Well, now, Kareem, you can't be 100% permanent total scheduler and TDIU. You could either only be 100. If you're permanent total, either you are scheduler or you're TDIU. You can't be both. If you're TDIU, you're paid at the 100% rate. You're permanent total. You're locked in with all the benefits. However, you're either 90, 80, 70, or 60, paid at the 100% rate. And we're going to clarify that today, okay? That's what we break down here. So we want to make sure we're getting everything right. That's why we talk about it. Now, and we got the slides on it tonight. Ain't that amazing? So we got another Air Force member, make them short, Terrell Mullins. Yes, indeed. Now, and that's why we want to clarify, because I didn't know what my benefits meant. So that's why I started the channel, to make sure we getting it. Now, if you're TDIU, you can be permanent total, but if you're TDIU, that means you're not a scheduler 100%. Betty Bob says, H-Town, get the, what is that? Anesthesia. What I got to get the anesthesia for? Oh, Lord. Yes, more Air Force. Yes, indeed. Our Air Force members are here. Now, listen, you know what we're going to do? And we ain't trying to do no battle. Everybody put their branch. Just put Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine. I'm going to put mine in there. Everybody put their branch of service. Just the word. Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine, or U.S. Army. I was in the U.S. Army. All the Army members, if you don't mind, put your branch of service. All the Navy members, put your branch of service. Coast Guard members, branch of service. Space Force, Marines, everybody, put your branch. Betty Bob said hi to him. And then Charleston say Navy. Now let us continue, fam. Oh, they didn't mean to do that. Give me a second. I'm having trouble with this little thing tonight. So I do apologize. Now, let's get with it. There are 4 types of 100%. 4 types. Okay, now listen, where people get confused, this is where people get confused. That when it comes to temporary 100%, there are so many different types of temporary 100%. That's the issue. There are 4 types of 100%. Everybody repping their branch of service. As we said, I was the U.S. Army. Charleston is the Navy. Betty Bops is U.S. Navy. Terrell is U.S. Air Force. Dallas Marquez is U.S. Army. M.G. Smith, U.S. Air Force. And then we got Kareem Allah, U.S. Army. And then it says 4 types. Then it said, yes, indeed. And then we have Coastie say U.S. Coast Guard. Then we have Terrell say thanks everyone. Sometimes, now listen what Love say. My father was a Marine, first sergeant. Do you understand? This is a dependent of a veteran. Yes, indeed. Now Coastie said hi, Terrell, and then we have 14 likes and 20 watching. Thank all of you that are watching. Now, fam, let's talk about it. Now, understand how this works. I want to break them down to you, and we're going to go into more detail. We keep hitting this home so you'll understand it. A temporary 100% is based on, let's say, Vietnam veterans, for example, they have prostate cancer. They're going to have a temporary 100% with that presumptive illness. They say, well, you in Vietnam and you on ground or in a certain part of the water, so we're going to give you a temporary 100% while you have prostate cancer. Once your prostate is removed, we'll pay you for the residuals. Now, our brother come in and say, good evening, H-Town, and salute the chat from Rose City D. Moody Air Force Base, Tactical Air. Yes, indeed. Now, the second one, that's, remember, 100%, you can also get it for a mental health rating, a temporary 100%, number 1. Number 2, the second type of second type of 100% is the one that most people like, the one with the most benefits and the least restrictions. And that's 100% permanent and total. Now, the third one is another temporary rating, like temporary 100%, meaning they're going to call you in for later evaluations. Here, it's not based on when your condition get better. It's going to be based on 3 to 5 year time frame. And then they're going to check to see if your condition gets better. Not just based on when you get the surgery. That's how they do with a temporary 100%. So that IU and TDIU are both forms of unemployability, and we're going to go into more detail about that. All right? IU is a temporary unemployability rating. TDIU is a permanent IU rate. Now, I'll be reading everything. Let's see. I'll get to the other comments, but I'm going to stay on the topic for now. We're going to stay on topic. Now, 100% permanent total. How do you know if you're 100% permanent total? It'll be on there, and it will say on your award letter. So look at your award letter, Seven Akeem, and see if it's on there. It'll say you were some percentage, and now you're 100% effective whatever date. Okay, and you'll know that it's permanent and not temporary because it will say what? It will say eligibility to dependents educational assistance or eligibility to CHAMP VA. That's how you verify if it's a permanent total rating, whether you're TDIU or 100% P&T. Okay, let's talk about it. You can also look for your permanent and total status or what type of what rating you have, looking at your award letter that you get yearly. And under the section say VA benefits information, it says, are you service connected? Yes. Or do you have a combined rating? Do you have your combined service connected evaluation is 100%. So if you're TDIU, usually it's gonna say between 60 and 90, but it's gonna say that your condition is permanent and you're gonna be paid at the 100% rate. So it's no different. There are just certain restrictions that we're gonna talk about in a minute that are not on 100% permanent total in most cases. Now, this permanent and total, the terminology can be confusing because the VA engage in word confusion. Okay, we're going somewhere with this. Just because it says you have a permanent rating doesn't mean that it's unchanging forever. We have a video that we talked about ways you can be reduced with 100% permanent total rating. Now, I'm going to come up here because I don't know okay. I'm looking for something, family, because I don't want to, okay. Now, going back here. Now, I'm going to read the questions that are on topic, okay? And we're going to get back to the other question. We haven't forgot. We're going to read yours too, Betty. You starting to love anyway. So here we go. Kareem say, mine says TDIU permanent total based on my service-connected disability. Yes, that means you are permanent total. Now, what percentage does it say you are? Read, make sure that award letter, because the percentage, it don't really matter because you paid at 100% rate, but you're paid based on unemployability, based on your ability to work or not, and that comes into a factor. Like I said, yes, you're permanent total. There's just a little difference in how it works, what it restricts you in doing, and that's why they've been trying to do things with TDIU because of it, and we're going to get to that. Now, family, 100% permanent total. You think that brother King got his 100% permanent total? See, I told you. There you go. Was H-Town lying to you? Learn this thing as we go along together. See, other people gonna tell you all kind of foolishness. I heard one talking about all kind of confusing stuff. It was just, that's why I put everything down. Brother, look what he said. He 90%. I said he have to be between 60 and 90%, right? What Mystical say, if I tell you it's a hit, then that's just what it is. So now, you're going to become your own expert, my brother, which you pretty much show up on it now. Now, listen, here's the thing. I don't know why okay, there you go. So here's the thing. Everybody show some congratulations to Seven Akeem. Congratulations. Now, our brother, he's on his own DIC benefit that he get on behalf of his father, Brother Love. Now, okay, they talking about that. Okay, now, family, let's talk about it. If you got that 100% permanent total, you say the file closed, right? Ain't no deal, right? Everything cool, right? Well, there's been people with 100% permanent total called in for reevaluation, but I'm supposed to be permanent in total. that means your condition is static and not likely to improve. But there are certain factors that will get them to call you in if you open up a new claim. If they got proof that your condition has gotten better. So it will happen. Now, and sometimes they just break the rules. Go look at this. Office of Inspector General said that when they did a survey, audit of a VA office, they found that they were pulling in people with permanent ratings 60% of the time. Ain't that something? 60% of the time. More than any other rating. And they don't suppose to really pull you in when you have a permanent rating. So they break the rules. Now, family, okay, I've told y'all, let's pull it up. Now I want y'all to answer this question. See if y'all remember this one here. That's why I had to watch what slide I had. Now listen to what I'm saying. Other than the VA breaking the rules, and other than they can't really break the rules when you got 20 years. Other than fraud, how can a veteran lose their rating under the 20-year rule? Because under the 20-year rule, they can't ever take your rating and lower it. Once you get 20 years for a rating, let's say you're 100% permanent total or 70%, they can never take it away. Let's say you had TDIU for 20 years straight, brother Akeem, Seven Akeem, they can never reduce you below paying you at the 100% rate. What's the only other, unless you committed fraud, what's the only other reason that they can reduce you that only H-Town told you about this? Not even the VA, not no other channel. Because I'm specifically talking about when you're protected under the 20-year rule. What is the only other way that they can reduce your rating if you've had it for 20 years and you didn't commit no fraud? Come on now, Betty Bob said it. You go to jail. What percentage do your rating go down to when you go to jail? Let's assume you have a 20 to 100% rating, somewhere in that. What happens? What percentage do your rating go down to if you get locked up? 10%. Now, 20%, go to jail. 20%, you go down to 10. Yeah, 10%. You were close, Betty Box. Now I say, I'm going to guess now at 69 is automatic reevaluation. Not necessarily. Now listen, okay? Here's the thing. Because you're in a federal institution or state institution, you have to, now listen, it ain't just any type of conviction, fam. Okay. Now I like what our brother's saying. I appreciate those that are staying on top on task with the topics. It keeps us focused over here. Because I spent a lot of time trying to get these slides together, fam. We're gonna have time to talk about other things. So please let's get back on topic. Please get on topic. Because I spent hours putting all this stuff together, even though we have what do you call these slides? Hold on, let me see. I got to get this thing up. Media banner. Now, what happened if you have a 10% rating? What happened to your rating if you go to jail and all you got is a 10% rating? What happens then? Now he says, Seven Kareem Allah says, I'm only a little over 10 years. Now, 10 years you fall under the 10-year rule, whatever they can never take your service connection away now. Okay? So if you service connected for a condition for 10 years, they can't take it away, but they can reduce you to 0%. Did you hear what I said? Watch our video that we're going to show you at the end. You can go look at about the levels of protection. All right, the 5, the 10, the 20-year rule, the permanent total, and the temporary ratings. Now let us continue. And if you want to know more information about 100% permanent total getting reduced, watch our video. The factors, it's really the 6 factors that affects 100% permanent total rating. All right, we break it down. It's more than just jail. Now let's talk about this unemployability. Unemployability, the reason you would get a rating based on unemployability, and we're going to get into answering the question for tonight. The reason you would get that rating, because your disability affects your ability to work, but your condition is not severe enough for you to have a schedule of 100%, they say. But it does prevent you from working. So guess what? They come up with unemployability back in the 1930s. So I'm aware of that as well. Thank you, brother. Yes, indeed. If you have a 10% rating, they cut it in half and they pay you half the amount. Okay? The only way you can get, if you go to jail and you have 100% or whatever rating, if you have at least a 30% rating or more, if you send the money directly to your dependents. That's how an apportionment. And we talked about that. Now, unemployability. Let's talk about it. Now, dealing with any type of unemployability, IU, individual unemployability, TIU, total disability, individual unemployability, right? Total disability, individual unemployability. Those two are based on your, it's related to you being able to work directly. Okay? That's why they're going after it. It's based on your work limits, saying that your condition, even though it's not rated at 100% scheduler, it limits your ability to do certain things in work environments. So H-Town unemployability was submitted for me also. Yes, indeed. Charleston say, I have a claw hammer just like that. You better check and make sure it's still there, because that might be the one I use for this picture. Told y'all from Houston. Oh, Lord. Now, here we go. 60%. 60%. So if you want to get unemployability at a 60% rating, these are the requirements, okay? So I'm sure that Brother Sam Akeem knows this. He got it one or two ways, 60 or 70% or more, between 60. So if you have at least a 60% rating, a veteran is eligible to file a claim for unemployability. Now, you might get IU or TDIU. Both of them are forms of unemployability. Veteran is eligible to file a claim for unemployability if one service-connected disability is rated 60% or higher. All right? So if you get it that way, that means one condition, at least one condition, was rated at 60% or higher. 70%. What are the requirements for 70%? Look, a brother say 70%. Now, if brother is 70%, now I thought you said you were 90. Oh, you have at least one condition that's 70%. Now I'm making sense. Now, let's say if you don't either one, none of your conditions are 60, at least 60%. Let's say you got one that's 40 and some other ones, right? Let's talk about it. That's when you go into the 70% rule for unemployability. Veterans with 2 service-connected disabilities. So if you have more than one, right? So to get at the 60% level, you have to have at least one at 6%. At the 70% level for unemployability, veteran with 2 service-connected disabilities are eligible to file a claim for unemployability if at least one of these disabilities is rated at 40% or higher, and the rest of them add up to 70%. You feel me? Huh? So so they try to make it easy for he said yes. Now we got 15 likes, 14 watching. Family, I love y'all. Y'all just keep it going. We gonna get this knowledge out there. See, we ain't gonna talk in circles. Now, if you want more information on total disability individual unemployability or TDIU, watch our video on that. And we have one on 100% permanent total. You need to watch that one too because you get all the benefits for that. Let's talk about it. Now, if you have TDIU, and you'll know if you have it on your award letter, it will say that your dependents, if you have any, whether or not you have qualify for CHAMP VA health care. They may not say permanent total right out, but it may say TDIU. Or they, as we showed earlier, it might say so that they qualify dependents education assistance. They qualify for both of them, but this is the VA way of saying that you are permanent in total. Uh-oh, now we getting into it, family. Y'all ready to talk? We gotta notice they going up, everybody going ham crazy out here. Notice unemployability termination. This notice of TDIU termination at the age of 67. Whoo, they got me sweating like a prostitute in church on a Sunday morning. Whoo, right after revival meeting on Friday. So let's get to it. Now, do you think that this is true? That they passed a law that at age 67 that you're gonna lose? Let me put the law up there, the rule. Okay. There's the question. Will a veteran's unemployability, either IU or TDIU, benefits be automatically terminated at age 67? Yes, no, maybe. What do y'all say? Yes, no, maybe. Let us know. The question is at the bottom and the statement is right there. Yes, no. Not the church. Oh Lord. That's where they have to go. Because Jesus said he want those people that all together don't need a physician. That's where they need to be. So let's see what you say. M.G. Smith said, he said, "It's time you got jokes." Yeah. Now, M.G. Smith say no. Okay. Betty Bob said, "Oh, let me see. Let's see. Love said no. Betty Bob say fake news. Charleston say maybe. You can just guess because it's all chaotic." She said, "That's a lie." Oh Lord. Now, don't throw the fire and brimstone on them, sister. We gonna see. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Now, so the age is 67. Terrell say no. All right. That's why we're doing it, because it's kind of, it's up in there that people throw stuff out, they run in the room, say, "You're gonna lose your benefits if you TDIU when you're 67, then they run out the room. So they telling different veterans, and we need to know this stuff. So we thank Brother Charleston for telling us, because it might be true, but we don't want to work people up. Because I over the years I've saw this happen before I even had a channel. Guess what? We're gonna be getting 10,000 a month. Some guy brought in paper doing all that. I said, "Nah, who told you that?" "Oh, I got it. This a good source." "What's the source?" "No sources." So we won't go to see. Now it's good to be cautious though. Now, retirement age is usually 67. You get your full retirement, or is it something like that? So that's why they're saying you don't need it. 7 Kareem Allah said, "I believe the newly rated veterans will be affected." Okay. Some say yes. Okay. Then our brother Charles say maybe. Now, I want y'all to understand something. What a law is? A law is a system of rules which a particular country or community recognizes as regulating the actions of its members and which it may enforce with penalties. So a law is enforced. Hmm? A law is enforced. I want y'all to listen. Did y'all see any laws, any law codes? A proposal is a plan or a suggestion, especially a formal or written one, put forward for consideration or discussion by others. So we need to know the difference between a law and a proposal. This is what I've been dealing with because I've learned that people like to work people up. So they'll run around telling everybody this stuff. Now, that's what, huh? Proposal. Let's see what's going on. Uh-oh, here we go. Now, here we go, family, right here. So what's going on? Right now, it's a proposal, okay, family? But this proposal been going on since the 40s. Since the 80s, they try to do it under Reagan. This reducing IU and TDIU, both forms of unemployability. Now they're just using the term TDIU. Now listen. So looking at, on the notebook to the left, we're talking about the two types of unemployability, which is individual unemployability, and the one our brother, that's a temporary form of. I had that before I got 100% permanent total, and TDIU, which is just the same as 100% permanent total because it's a permanent total rating, but they have work restrictions, meaning either you got to work in a sheltered environment or you got to work for your family members and stuff like that. They have to let you work less hours. You may not want to work around other people. They got to make accommodations for you. And you can't make over the federal poverty level. The federal, not state, but the federal poverty level, which is $15,650 or around about. Now, so as long as you make under that, or you work for a family business, you all right with TDIU, permanent total. If not, really, they'll call you in on that. Come on now. Now, look over to the right. Number one, age is not a factor in TDIU eligibility. Come on now. So I'm correct. Okay. Thank you, brother. That's why we need. Now listen what he just said. Age is not a factor in TDIU eligibility. I'm about to preach this in a minute. VA does not have an age cutoff for TDIU benefits. No, not at this time. Number two, eligibility is based on unemployability, you not being able to work because of your service-connected disabilities. TDIU is granted when a veteran's service-connected disabilities prevent them from maintaining substantial gainful employment. When they ask the VA what they mean, they vague. They like to make evaluations on you, but they don't like to tell you. But it's supposed to be enough to take care of yourself with your whatever training you have, regardless of their age. Okay. Number three, continued eligibility requires continued unemployability to maintain TDIU benefits and IU benefits too. A veteran must continue to meet the criteria for unemployability due to their service-connected disabilities. And they'll be checking to see sometime. They used to send letters. Are you working? Have you ever got that letter? Those you have TDIU, have you worked this year? That work letter when you got TDIU or IU? I used to get it when I had IU. Any form of unemployability. Now they just check you straight through see if you file taxes. That's what I heard. Y'all let me know how they doing it. Number 4. Now here we go. Now listen to me. Proposals for terminations exist. Yes, so Brother Charleston is right about that. There are proposals, but is a proposal a law? Somebody let me know. Come on now. Who else broke it down to you like this here? Talk to me. Who else broke it down and I got the information right in your face? Huh? I'm yelling it because ain't nobody else telling it. All right? Proposal for termination exists. Congress Budget Office, CBO, has proposed ending or limiting TDIU benefits at the age of 67. Now listen, they've been doing this for years. They've come up with other ways. They were trying to get rid of IU, TDIU. They've done this before. You hear what I said? Back in 1981, 82, they about to get rid of unemployability. TDIU been around, I think, since the 1940s. Unemployability itself been around since the 1930s. Of course, none of the black soldiers knew nothing about it. You know, they didn't get none of that. Now, listen, our brother Love say great information. Love say you can't work over the limit. No, you can't work over the limit. And who determines? One thing, the federal limit is that. That's, you know, they can't change that. But sheltered work environment, they get to play with what's sheltered and what's not. That's where it gets risky. You say it's a sheltered work environment, but even when Congress asks them what it is, they start dancing around. They don't even want to release the information they have. A VA don't want to even release the information they have on TDIU to the Congress. Huh? You think I'm making that up? Now, VA can check by Social Security number with the IRS. That's what they do now. That's what I heard. Let me know. No, I say, no, it's not a law. It's just what it says, a proposal. So that's what this is a lot of times. But I'm glad. I want y'all to sound the alarm. But this is where Brother Charleston is right. Y'all better listen. Remember, them saying that they gonna change the 14th Amendment. The president said he gonna do this and that. That was a proposal that he said on the campaign trail. He been shaking and moving stuff around, hasn't he? So we got to be mindful of stuff that's happening. Now listen. Love say the VA can ask IRS can report if you are working. Yes, and how much you making. That's if you ain't working under the table. Now, so question. Who makes the law real? Is it Congress? Yes. And signed by the president, or rule enacted by VA secretary? Now, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know for sure, but in my mind, it's gonna be through Congress, and I think it's gonna have to be approved by the budget committee in the Congress. So it's gonna start probably in the House of Representatives, and then it has to be approved there and in the Senate. Unless y'all know something. Okay, so TIU started in the 40s, started in the 30s. They did the modification to what you call them in the 1940s. They changed some of the rules. He is by executive order. Okay, yes. Now, but this has been let's continue, family. So I hope that helped clarify a lot. Now, but we're gonna break down some more. H-Town gonna bring it to you in a way that nobody else can. Why everybody, they know when to pop in. Everybody come back in when I'm getting to the good stuff. It's kind of a half truth, okay? Watch a half truth. No, I didn't like when people were saying that some of the other content creators, well, you ain't got nothing to worry about. I ain't gonna say you don't have nothing to worry about. I'm saying that the way they going at it is wrong. And that if they do try to reduce you, I got the ammo you need. And half truth is a lie. So if nobody tell you the whole thing, it's a lie. Now let's get here. He'll go this that half truth. Now listen, they trying to change the law, right? This budget committee in Congress, I believe they're in Congress. Listen what unemployability TDIU is. A veteran must be unemployable in fact, unable to secure or follow substantial gainful employment by reason of service-connected disability. And that's our brother Coasted. And that's our brother Seven Akeem. Allah. Okay? It's not based on age, and it's not based you just being unemployed. Just because you ain't got no job, that don't make you qualify for it. Your service-connected condition. See, unemployed just means it's a person without a paid job but available to work. No, that's not unemployable for VA purposes. Are we clear? Did they mention anywhere in there about it being based on your age? So you telling me Congress is trying to put it based on age, but your service connection wasn't based on your age. Your service connection is based on being able to maintain employment. Come on, I'm about to break this thing down to you. Huh? Like nobody else can. My family are cooking spaghetti and it's still good. So let Kareem, I'm sorry. Kareem. Did I say it right that time? I'm sorry, brother. Kareem. He said Kareem. I butcher names. I butchered one brother's name. I was calling him Benny, and his name was, I was calling Bernie, and his name was Benny for about 6 months, or somebody else told me. Now look, so it's based on not your age, conditions. Do you have panic attacks, depression, high blood pressure, cholesterol, diabetes that's service connected, arthritis, asthma? Huh? It's going to be based on a service connected condition, not your age. And that condition limits your ability to work or prevents you from working altogether, but you're not enough to get paid at the 100% rate. But you are enough to be unemployable, so they're going to, you're not enough to be paid a schedule 100%. Let me correct myself. Your condition does not meet the 100% scheduler threshold, but it does meet the ability, you not having the ability to work because of the condition, whether it's between 60 and 90%. Come on now. Can we talk about it? So if your job, now you got, this is where you really got to get them now. They try to say, well, you can do this job. That ain't what I'm trained in. If you train to do that, and you working on them roads with that jackhammer, and your back is service connected and it prevents you from doing it, aggravates it, they say, well, you can go do typing and stuff. Nah, substantial gainful employment. I'm not trained in that. Bam. Now look what he say. look, Kareem, I don't want Kareem to catch me down. And I think he's from Brooklyn. I don't want to get you wrong on that either, because boy, you catch me, you get H-Town and hit me up, and I'm gonna be copping, please. Huh? Because y'all rough in New York, we rough down here, but I'm gonna respect you in your home. Man, I went to church up there in New York, man. That brother was testifying like he had to take down by 2 or 3 people to get to the church to testify. Had me scared. I say, whoa. But I love my family all over. Now, Charleston said, crystal clear, H-Town. Salute. See, I'm glad he brought it up so we can bring this thing out. See, by things like this happening, we're able to address it. H-Town gonna tell you like nobody else can. You see how my memory was a little messed up, and sister got me straight. Sister Betty Bob, she said, nah, they changed to TDIU in the 1930s. And I said, oh yeah, the 40s they just did some modifications. My fault. Did you hear me talking about? I'm right. Oh, I'm H-Town. No, I want y'all to have my back now. Because I get the little memory stuff wrong because I got PTSD, family. But when it comes to stuff that's going to mess your money up, I'm going to let you know what's going on. Ain't nobody else told you this but H-Town vet. Huh? Did you hear me? That's because the family, y'all, inspired me. Now, Coasty say, I didn't think about that H-Town. Come on now. See, you need to know this, Seven, Kareem. You need to know this, Coasty. Why? Whenever they come at you, you're going to tell them, okay, you want to reduce me? Show me what job I can work. And you go to a doctor, get a private DBQ. Whenever they call, listen to me. When I'm talking too far ahead, I got the slides. I can't tell everything. He said, we good. Now, listen to what Love say. Yes, service connected has to be related to unemployability. Yeah, it can't be because you got another injury that's not service connected. Let's say you can't work because you have vision problems, but that vision is not service connected. They gonna want to know why you can't work. They gonna send stuff to that employer, and the employer might respond or not. That's on your behalf too. Don't get stressed out because the employees don't like responding because they think they're gonna get sued. Eventually, the VA got to make a decision. Say I gave it to them several times, my employee wouldn't fill it out. Now, if you ain't good with your supervisor, tell him what's going on. I had one brother, he was able to get his stuff straight like that. The man on the business really cared about him, because he was a good worker. But he had a muscle in his stomach when he was doing that air conditioning work, kept splitting open. And I said, man, you can't work. We got to get you up out of there. He had 2 surgeries. He did the work great, but when he was doing all that bending and stuff, it messed his stomach up from that injury, that hernia he had from the military. This dude had all his military records, the original copy. Do you know that joker gave it to them? Submitted them. I told him to get copies and give him a copy. This idiot gave him all of it because he wouldn't listen to me. Huh? Black man can't tell him nothing. And I had some hard-headed black people. Almost everybody that I got, I can't name one person that helped get 100% that's still speaking to me. Did you hear what I said? And it's at least 20 or more. Not one of them speaking to me. And every last one of them talk about how, man, I ain't going to change when I get my 100%. That's why I do the channel, so I don't have to deal with idiots like that no more. They can learn it here. I ain't walking people through so you to turn around and show me you're behind. Because I want people that value what I'm doing. This way, you can do what you got to do, get yours, y'all come back, tell me how it went. And that's why I appreciate, because I'm telling you, I can help people in person. And they just jealous because I'm getting it. They want to know about mine. What you worry about me when you should be worrying about your thing because you can't do what I do because I didn't do this based on VA funds. I did this because I was a productive person in society before I got these benefits. Now the benefits help me to maintain them. So don't try to compete with me. And you got people doing way better than me. So won't you go worry about them? Huh? Love say, so true, H-Town. Bet about H-Town will not miss his coins. Heck no. Not my money. Huh? I'll give you $100, but if you hustle me out a dime, I ain't gonna go to sleep that night good. I want my money back. Yeah. Yeah, you don't try to, because it's the principle you think you got over on me. That don't sit right with me. 7 Kareem say this last 10% is hard to obtain. The VA math is crazy. Yes, indeed. But you already got your TDIU, so you don't have to worry about nothing. Now, Charleston say, I got Army hello passing overhead. Halo, okay. Something is happening around me tonight. I hope the flood, and they might be trying to rescue people, so we got prayers we sent up to all y'all. All right? Let me say something. God bless everybody affected by this weather, these floods, especially North Texas and throughout the rest of the United States. In Jesus' name, amen. Praises to be to Allah. Yes, indeed. Oh, man. Say real talk, H-Town, real talk. Yeah, now let's continue. Now, it may be a physical condition. It may be one where you can't focus. You have problems concentrating at work. You can't complete all your work tasks. That's another reason that you can be unemployable, fam. Did you hear me? Because if you that's work limitations. If you've got physical injury, say yes, prayers are up. Yes, indeed. He say for now. All right, we're gonna talk more about that, Akeem. See what's up. Now, the next one. Now you ain't got to say whether you did it. Who in here then put hands on people at work or almost put hands on people at work? See that I did that way so you don't have to incriminate yourself. Almost, hypothetically speaking. Put a 1 in the chat. Don't say yes because we don't want no charges. Put a 1 in the chat if you almost or you actually got into an altercation with people. Let us know. And our brother has a very powerful statement. And it ties into what 7 Akeem. So if you've been into any kind of argument at work or physical altercation or threats or people, you went off on people or they tried to catch you, let us know. Put a 1 in the chat. That's because a lot of that in my file. So yes. Betty Bob said 1111 14 hours on a flight from Kuwait. Hold on. As a flight attendant, you about to get with it? She say 1. Now look, this man, Charlton say 1 in 2015. I called the guy out, got wrote up. Now you need that write up. Oh my Lord, that write up need to be in your file, Charleston. That's evidence. Please, if you have it, I think you said you submitted it. Kareem say yes. Family, we just been it. Now listen to what Kareem said earlier, and I'm about to get the coasters because both of them are TDIU, and I don't want them to be shook about what's going on. 7 Kareem Allah says yes, prayers up. No, he said for now. I mean for now, meaning he's all right with TDIU from now. And then Coasty come back with a powerful statement and say, is it worth trying to get 100% scheduler? Well, if you're already TDIU, not really, unless you plan on working. You get what I'm saying? More than the poverty level. Because you got all the same benefits, all the same money. If you're not trying to go back to work full time, not really. Because that's permanent total rating. And because now you got to understand, if you open up you can ask for a permanent total. If you might get one automatically, let's say you qualify under the PACT Act and it raises you to a scheduler 100% rating. Yes, okay. But you got to understand, if they go in there, they might open up your TDIU and they might reduce it, keep it the same, or increase it. Now, you might end up with the number, like our brother say he's 90% paid at 100. So if you're 90% paid in 100, like he said, it's hard to get to 100% based on VA math. But if he was able to get something that's at least, he'd almost have to have something. At 90%, you almost have to have something that's almost a 90%, 100% itself to get that. Over 60 by itself to get that schedule of 100% with VA math. Now, so if you're not trying to go back to work, I don't see it being worth it. Working beyond the poverty level. If you need to, maybe, but you don't. If it's going to cause you to lose some things that you have going for it, I wouldn't do it unless I could afford to fight for a long time. If they threaten to reduce you, you got to already be prepared if they try to reduce what you got. Now, remember, severity level. It's based on the severity level, not your age. So don't worry about it. TDIU is okay. It's based on signs and symptoms, not your age. The doggone Congress is dumb because they have to break the law. They lack so much common sense. Oh boy, I'm saying this, they gonna come after me. Look, they lack so much common sense. How you gonna do it based on age when you didn't get the benefit based on age? You got it based on a disability that is service connected. Tell me who else broke it down to you like this here. Now, I like this. What about secondary claims? That's the way to get there. If you, yes. I would suggest if you had somebody solid that could do it, but if you're not totally prepared to fight for your TDIU, you better make sure you have somebody like a law firm or somebody that's good at doing it, that's got a known track record. Real good one, 7 Kareem. Yes, if you're getting secondary conditions, but you got to file for them. But when you file for them, they could open up your TDIU while you're doing that. But on most times, they ain't going to open it up unless they breaking the rules. H-Town, tell it right, huh? They say, oh, okay, H-Town. No, I can't work. So if you can't work, it ain't nobody going to bother you. If you can't work, Coasty, you got everything you're going to get. The only limitations is for work, and you can't work, so it don't matter. You got all the same benefits I got with 100% permanent total. Kareem got all the benefits I got for 100% permanent total, unless he decides he want to go back to work full-time employment. Heck, I'm not working no full-time employment. I'm doggone I said permanent total. Now, listen what we say. Oh, let's talk about it. MG Smith say, get your problem sheet, your problems list. What is the VA treating you for? We talked about that last night. Kareem say, that's why I'm hesitant. Yes, but you have to have your evidence together, and you need to keep some evidence that your condition. So this is how the game would work, brother. You want evidence that not just of your new or secondary conditions that you want to add, you want to have some evidence from a doctor that your TDIU is still at the same level. So you hold that back in case they try to call you in for an evaluation. You say, bam, I already got evidence from my doctor saying my condition is still bad. They might still send you in for an outside CMP exam, but you can get your own DBQ and hold it to the side while you filing for them secondaries. But that's if you're ready to fight. Say, not happening. Now let's talk about it, family. Did we get to it tonight? Now, self-harm. Let me tell you something. Are you listening to me? Tell me, for those that are new, if you have self-harm ideation, that's at 70% level. If you have self-harm where you're at risk of committing or you had attempts, they supposed to expedite your claim. You may not even be here to get your benefits if they keep doing that. You've been in the emergency room because you tried to harm yourself, take your own life. That's supposed to expedite your claim. If you have a terminal illness, that's supposed to expedite your claim. If you're over, I think, either 75 or 85, 80 years old, they're supposed to expedite your claim. You hear me? Come on now. Is it wrong for H-Time to tell you the truth? I ain't got time to babble around here. Now, so some older people can work. And they over 67. But your condition is not because of your age. Huh? So, okay, fam. Some people just retire at 67, right? But that doesn't have nothing to do with your condition. Just because somebody retired 67 because they're older, they saying, well, you can't work no more anyway. Well, it wasn't based on, hold on, this is what's just crazy to me. So you ain't able to work all these years because of your service-connected disability. Then all of a sudden, when you turn 67, you're supposed to be able to work. Just because you turn 67, does that mean that your disability got better? No. Most likely, because of age, it's gotten worse, right? Do your back get better as you get older? If you're service-connected for a back injury, do that PTSD get better as you get older? Come on now. So it's supposed to be the reverse. Age tends to make physical and some mental health conditions worse. Tell me if I'm lying. I don't mean to yell, fam, but I gotta say it. Kareem say, they said I don't have any future exams. They'll probably try to violate me. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. No future exams. Check your paperwork, Coasty. See if it say LOL. Heck no, nah. Stay in the safety zone. That's why if you hit the other night, should take the risk. Go look at what I said about the PACT Act. I got paperwork where I was exposed to chemicals. I'm 100% permanent total. Do I want, and mine say no future exam like yours. So do I want to go in there and open up the PACT Act to get an extra $450 a month for special monthly compensation and lose over 4 G's property taxes exemption on my house? That's about, my Lord, that might be $800-900 a month in taxes that I'd have to pay if I ain't 100% no more. Huh? Come on now. So you better go back and weigh the cost. Go look back on video. Is it worth the risk we had up there? We did a couple of videos together. Now, fam, tell us, please, did we clickbait you? Let me know if H-Town clickbait you. Did we answer the question tonight, fam? Will a veteran's unemployability, IU, TDIU, be automatically terminated at the age of 57? Let us know. Yes, no, maybe. What you think now? Yes, no, maybe. Let us know. Do you disagree with any of the information that the H-Town vet put out? Let us know. Did we break it down? Huh? Uh-oh. Boy, y'all don't know. H-Town, God gave me this message. Let me tell you something. What was he just asking me? 7 Kareem Allah. What was he just asking me, Coasty? Now, this is a turning point. Do you want to work? They offering you TDUI. Do you want TDI or you want to work? You know, and that's what you got to consider. Because that's the only difference is the work restrictions. You have to work in a sheltered environment and make under $16,000 a year, which if you divide 16,500 by 12, how much is that a month? Talk to me. Did we answer the question tonight? Are you going to leave here more confused than when you came? Talk about it. That's what I wouldn't like what some of them was putting out, because they talking about don't worry about nothing. I ain't going to say don't worry about nothing. I'm giving you the ammo to protect yourself. No, don't give me no false hope. I'm not saying what they might do anything. They've been trying to do this, mess with TDIU and IU for years. And one day they might succeed. Even if they do, you're going to fight them because you're going to say they dummies because it's not based on my age, and you're going to file, we're going to all file claims against the VA. And no, it's not based on age. They'd have to change the whole code book. Am I right? So how you going to deny my TDIU based on something that's not something that's not connected to my service-connected disability. I'm not working because of my service-connected disability. I'm working in a sheltered work environment because of my service-connected disability. I'm working and making under the poverty level because of my service-connected disability, not because of my age. Just because I turned 67, that doesn't mean my disability goes away. Am I right about it? Come on now, let's talk about it. Oh, I got to get back up there. I missed somebody. Now, listen. My brother MG Smith said, H-Town, no clickbait. You answered the question. Then when he say click, he mean clickbait. Now, come on now. Betty Bob say, I had to let H-Town know I'm not getting his jar of pickled pig feet when he's sitting up in my house after he mess up his rating. Now, how you know I used to eat pickled pig feet? You know, boy, we from the South. You know we ate them. Your husband gonna come. What's that smell? You got to get that fool at my house. He ain't got no job. Oh, Kareem say, no, you were dropping jewels. So no clickbait. No gaslighting. Huh? Now listen, Charleston say, GH Town, I guess I had it backwards about age. I thought I improved with age. You see how ridiculous Congress is? They've been trying to do this foolishness for years. They've been trying to reduce people that have TDIU and IU based on age when the disability has nothing to do with your age. You can get TDIU at 18 or 19. If it prevents you from working, age is irrelevant. So they gonna discriminate based on age. You see how I keep trying it in, how ridiculous it sounds. So you get older, my conditions all of a sudden getting better, my service-connected disability. So now you're gonna discriminate against me because I'm older. How ridiculous is that? That's when I need the benefits the most, because our health start failing more. MD Smith say, Charles, he laughing. Dinosaur, yeah. Okay, he say 133 and a half and a third. Yes, you are correct. Now we got our sister in the house, Bionic Woman. I believe she has TDIU. We talked about it tonight, sister. Let me tell you something. What they talking about reducing it based on age, you don't have your service connection for TDIU based on your age. It's based on your disability and work limitations. Come on now. You know what? They're trying to be slick and say, well, the work limitations now is because you're older. It don't matter. Even if it wasn't age, when before I got to this age, I couldn't work. So why all of a sudden, magically, you changing the reason why I have work limitations? Before it was my service-connected disability, but as soon as I turned 67, now you say it's because of my age. You're hypocrites, and you ain't gonna pull that small-time stuff over on me, VA, whoever else, Congress. Huh? Ridiculous. Who they think they talking to? They run me high with that, man. Have my fellow veterans upset behind this foolishness. That's why if y'all don't know what you're saying, these people putting out the information on these channels got these veterans upset. Be quiet if you don't know what to say. Just shut up. Okay? Bionic Woman says, good evening, Mr. H-Town vet and veteran family. Hope all is well. Sorry I'm late. What are you all talking about? We're talking about, will a veteran's unemployability, IU, to be exact, benefits be automatically terminated at 67? Brother Charleston came in last time saying they're going to get rid of it. Some people said, no, that's on where not, and I went and broke it down tonight. And family, let our sister Bionic woman, is there a law that says that veterans will lose their TDIU when they get 67? What is it? Is it a law or is it a proposal? If it's a law, put L. If it's a proposal, put P for proposal. Let us know. Betty Bob say, hi, Bionic woman. Bionic woman wasn't my original. Not at all. Oh, y'all blessing here. They saying hi. Say M. I'm saying it. Say more Air Force in the house. That's right, Bionic woman. Now, is it a law? Let Bionic woman know now. Is this what they talking about? Is it a law? Is it a proposal? And if I'm wrong, if they might change it in the law with the let me see the law. Say True H Town, don't use age limits. No. Is it a law? Is it proposed? I need to know, family. The people, they might not listen to me. Some might not listen to me because of my age. Some might not want to hear a black man talk. Some people might have a problem that's listening recorded or wherever that's not chatting. They may have a problem with my southern accent. But guess what? It don't change the knowledge in my head. And I got a big old water head. And you can't change. You can try to out talk me, but you can't out think me. You can't really out talk me. I'll shut you down on that too. Talking about them folks out there think they smarter than me. That the trolls and stuff. Now Betty Bob's. Cause when I don't know something, I just tell you I don't know. Y'all see me do it. I don't know nothing about no blue button. I learned. I didn't know what they were talking about. I'm not good with technology. Because when I follow my stuff, what no blue button and all this stuff. What's a blue button? I said, it sounds strange. Made me feel uncomfortable. Now, here we go. Betty Bob says, proposal. It's a proposal, Bionic woman. Our new brother, 7 Kareem Allah, say it's a proposal. MG Smith say it's a proposal. Huh? Then Betty Bob said it's a P. They will never, they do this every year. Every year. Now that's the point. They've been doing this since the 1980s, trying to push, because this is what they mad about. So y'all make me, y'all been 7, hello. And guess what? He brought up, that I kind of said it, but our brother Charleston brought it up. Better about, thank you, Kareem. Age discrimination, shame, shame. They discriminating against veterans based on age. That is age discrimination. How horrible is that? Come on now, fam. Now, it sounds like a proposal. Please, everyone, don't panic. You're very welcome. Yes, of course, y'all are blessed. Fam, did she tell it right? Look what she say. Sound like a proposal. Please, everybody, don't panic. Till you see something in law, you don't do nothing. They did this in the 80s under Reagan. They said they was going to cut it and people started raising sand. Like 81. Long time ago. So they've been trying to get this through. But that's age discrimination. You gonna add a new rule that has nothing to do with the reason you got the reason you got TDIU was based on service connection. Come on now. Just don't be worried. They got you on that hamster wheel. If they can't get you to resubmit stuff, they just want you stressed out. So what I was saying was, if you get to a point where they try to call you in on your TDIU or anything, you go get a public DBQ. You go get print one off for your disability, and you get one done. When they send you a proposal that they're gonna reduce you, remember, a proposal when it comes to relationships, that ain't no legally binding contract. It's not enforceable. I know people bragging, I've been engaged 15 times. Yeah, but you never took home the bag. Huh? Did they marry you? See, that's a proposal and an enforceable law is 2 different things. Look at the thumbnail. Nothing legal about a proposal. just a problem. Now, if they call you in, you go get your own DBQ done before they do theirs, so you have something to fight. And submit it real quick. Say, hey, look, I had my doctor do this. So keep you a good doctor dealing with your condition. If that's got to be an outside doctor too. Come on now. And that's what a public DBQ look like. Ankle condition. You get one for your mental health condition, your physical condition, and get that done. Your doctor may be willing to do that at the VA. Make sure they look over all your treatment records. Hold on, I ain't like that. They need to have everything. That doctor, if you get an outside doctor to do a public DBQ where you do it without going to a CMP exam, you do this first and have your fully developed claim, make sure they've looked over a hard copy of your claim file or, a what's-called copy of it, disc. In-service treatment records, personnel records, VA hospital treatment records, your VA problems list. The problems list, for those that are new, Brother Kareem, I don't know if 7 Kareem, you don't know, it's a list of everything you diagnosed with at the VA hospital. That's your problems list. But everything you diagnosed with at the hospital, some of it may be something you can get service connection for, but you got the diagnosis, so you got the first step. Some you may not. Some may not be related to your service. And some of the things that you're service connected for, you need to make sure they're on your problems list. Tell your doctor at the VA hospital, I'm service connected for this doc, so they can put it on your problem list at the VA. So when the VA check you for reevaluation, see if you're seeking treatment, you can't get treatment if the VA don't know you have the condition. Make sure you put that on there so you can get the necessary treatment for it, the service-connected disability. So with the VBA and the VHA, the VBA being the Veteran Benefit Administration, the VHA being the Veteran Healthcare Administration, one hand washes the other. And Brother John is a two-bit hustler. Huh? Come on now. Anybody, listen. Let me tell you something. Anybody that's giving you a nexus letter, any of these people out here, these are people that help them with claims, and they giving you a nexus letter, a DBQ with not the doctor's information on there, that's garbage. That's a scam. Because the first thing the VA gonna want to be able to do is verify. You could have typed all that in. So y'all paying people $1,000, $2,000 to give you a nexus letter showing a connection between your military service and your condition, and saying a doctor filled it out, but the doctor name on that fool filled it out. If they ain't got no doctor name on it, that person you got it from, they filled it out. Don't you be nobody village idiot. I mean that because that can get you in some legal trouble. You make sure the doctor put their name, print their name, their titles, credentials, and their national provider ID, their medical license number or state, depending on what expertise they have, their phone, address, email, all that, so they can be contacted. Yes, I am very familiar with that, the problems list. Come on, fam. We breaking this down. Make sure that doctor signed it. And when you're going into that CMP room, that CMP exam the VA send you to, watch our video on the do's and don'ts, and they need to be looking at your clinical evidence, any medical records or other evidence that supports the veteran's disability claim. Don't be bringing stuff in there that's irrelevant. Make sure they're focused on what the issue is. This evidence can include medical test results, hospital records, and statements from friends and family, private medical records, military personnel records, because a lot of stuff is in your military personnel records because you might have got injured and they recorded it in your personnel records because while you were doing your MOS military occupational specialty while you're in the military. Come on now. And they might have in there that you went to the emergency room. Come on now. Now, VA records, supporting and lay statements. So you get a battle buddy to write something up for you. family members saying that you can't sleep at night, or how they have to help you get out of the bed, nexus letters, and public DBQs that we just discussed. In a public DBQ, you're just getting an outside doctor to do the evaluation based on all the information. Medical opinion is very important. This is clinical or medical evidence. Now, Betty Bob say 18 likes and 17 watching. See, we do this where you can go back and look at the information. I'm not going to sit here and babble all day. Well, you got to look at my ugly face. Now, understand what the evaluation is. There's a difference between an evaluation and an exam. An exam is part of the whole evaluation. The evaluation is the exam plus the medical opinion. So the doctor looking over your medical records, looking over, measuring your how much you can move or your mental health condition, then giving a medical opinion to the VA with the exam. That is an evaluation. An evaluation is an assessment of medical evidence, which may involve conducting an exam, providing an opinion, or both. Sometimes there's enough in there, they may not even do an exam. They say it's all in the records. Did you hear me? Now let's see. He say, and don't get, let me see what I got to pull it where I can see it better. Brother Seven Kareem says, and don't get tripped when they ask you doing and responds is I'm good. Bam. They going to slam you on that. I've told y'all, what if I tell them I'm doing all right? Well, you don't want your benefits. When you go to my brother Kareem is right. If you go to the mechanic, are you going there to tell him what's right about you or what's wrong with you? If you was doing all right, you wouldn't be there. So what not everybody, people come back to me. What I said, if I've already told him that I'm all right, why would you do that? Now, if you go back and say, you got to start saying, getting medical evidence from a doctor that your condition got worse. But I know some people keep going there telling the same thing. I'm doing good because they trying to impress the doctors. They ain't never had nobody pay attention to them with any kind of education or talk nice to them. And sad with my people, they go in there, if a white person talking to them, they start telling them everything. I've seen it. Oh, I'm the head deacon at my church. I cut my yard. I do this. Oh, Lord. The garbage I've seen, they tell me, I don't know what's wrong. I told them everything was wrong with me. What was really wrong with me. I said, let me see that CMP exam. Oh, they was in there showing out. You can't tell no old fool nothing because they smarter and they ain't listening to me. I got them folks hypnotized. Yeah, idiot. They not. Yeah, he'll sit and listen to you because he's going to make sure you don't get none of your benefits. That's why I leave them fools alone. I say, you can't say nothing different now. Now that's going to be lying. Get away from me. They listen and write everything you say. Did you hear what Brother Kareem said? So never say you do all right. Let me tell you how they'll trick you. You go in there and say, do you have good days? I may have one good day. And all they're going to say he had good days. Most of my days are bad, but I have one good day. They ain't going to mention the bad days. They're going to mention that one good day. Tell them about the bad stuff. See, it's bad and worse. That's all. That's all I have. I want my life back before I was like this. Good days. Man, you don't get away from me. So a medical opinion is evidence. Yes, of course. Whether the doctor is private equals wait. Yes, private or VA doctor. Because they're both qualified professionals. The VA don't want to weight it the same. Huh? Come on now. The VA want to give more weight to the one they send you to, but you only see them once. You might go to that doctor that did your evaluation on the DBQ. You might see them 3 or 4 times. So that's supposed to be more weight. Come on now it's clicking. We doing this thing. MG Smith say, yeah, I heard that all the time. I just shake my head. Big dummy. Uh-huh. Because they don't want to listen to me. See, some people, when I would help them, and they want to say they did it on their own, and I'm sitting and looking, they can barely move, they having problems, but they don't want me to get any credit for helping them, so they'll go in there and crash out. I've seen it happen about 6, 7 times, and these weirdos come back to me, and I say, hey, please get away from me, man. That's why I had to stop helping people doing it. Now, man, I messed up, huh? I said, hey, man, go there by yourself, because this doctor, because we knew this doctor, he didn't like people bringing their spouses in the room. You know what that idiot did? He brought his wife and told me after the thing. And guess what he said when he went there? This is the same idiot. And I call him an idiot. When he asked me why I'm here, I'm saying I'm here, I'm trying to get my 100%. I want to get my money up, showing off in front of his wife. How you think that went? And this man has a silver star. He's one of the few that survived from his platoon in Vietnam. I mean, out of hundreds of people, he's like 6 or 7 that survived. Did you hear what I said? But he just, oh boy. And I want to help him because, you know, he had all the evidence there, but he bragging he's head deacon, and I cut my yard, and I'm on all these boards with the American Legion, and I'm down here at the Longshoremen's Hall, and oh God, please get these people away from me. That's why when people ask me, if I told them this, well, just tell them that. Tell them that you okay, and just don't file for your benefits. Use some common sense. I'm about sick of it. Now y'all see why I'm sick of foolishness like that. Betty say, today I had my pre-op nurse ask, how are you doing? Me. This is what she said. Horrible. My back is hurting so bad. My baby toe is shaking, and my neck is giving me the worst migraine. I'm about to fall out. Pain level 8. I hear you. I don't like going in there. I went in there yesterday, and the lady that drew my blood was so, she tried her best to be nasty. She tried her best to be nasty. She said, did you put lotion on your hand? I said, yes. Well, I said, well, I shouldn't have put, no. You know, she kept trying to be, and so she has problem. A lot of these women have daddy issues, so they be hostile over at that VA hospital. They might, I see them suck up to the white men, but some of them black women in there, ooh, I'm telling you what I experienced. That's why I don't even go up there no more, because they feel like they can get away with it. So I'm just trying to get blood. And she said something. I say, well, where you want me to put this thing after I did the urine test thing? Well, I say, what is this for? Well, it should be self-explanatory, some old dumb. So not self-explanatory, because I'm not putting something on my body, because some of these things has bacteria, and they had to recall them. And she said something. Well, you should have said this or that. I say, have I been rude to you at all? She said, no. I say, well, so there's no reason for you to talk to me like that. Huh? I'm just telling y'all the truth. This is at a clinic. They horrible at clinics. And they've been cleaning them out. Because as soon as they get bad write-ups, they moving them out. Now, look, Love said also the VA CNP will not have all the medical records, and bias sometime. So what you need to do, carry the certain key. Don't carry a whole bunch of papers into the exam. Carry a few selected papers in there. Now let's say, do the old Baptist lady leg rub. Yes, indeed. This is what our brothers say. Betty, I'm always level 8. Now don't say, has anyone got the VA to pay for Ozempic yet? I don't know. Don't they give, if Ozempic, is that for weight loss? Let us know. I thought I heard a veteran mention that. Now let's get to it. Finish this stuff up. Because we over the main things tonight. This is the one I was telling you about, for those of you that are new to the channel and those in the refresher, go watch our video. And we did a live stream. We got like a 13 or 14-minute video where I'm just talking, no live stream, and a live stream on the levels of protection. If you have a temporary rating, like a temporary 100% or TD or IU and temporary 100%, that's temporary ratings. We talk about temporary ratings, talk about the 5-year rules. That once you've been service connected for at least 5 years, they got to have more than one exam to reduce you. Did you know that? They need at least 2, because one medical opinion won't be enough. But if you don't know that, they'll reduce you. The 10-year rule, they can never take your service connection away. But if you're 100%, they can take it down to 0%. Huh? Then the permanent total status, static, not likely to improve. One of the most protected ratings. 20-year rule, once you've had any rating for at least 20 years without a reduction, you keep that rating forever. You're not under the observation of the VA no more, as long as they can't prove you committed fraud. Huh? Did you hear me? Come on now. VA law, I ain't got no VA law tonight. Look at something, but I don't have no, but I do have some news. Kareem, my husband, is always in the car garage. He hates the VA. Yeah. That's what I tell him. Man, sometimes, I just I can't do it. Now, we're going to talk about the news. Family, you need to hear this. We're going to start off with the news. Huh? We're going to do this one in a minute. Let me find this one here. This one going to be good for you, okay? Let me see, can I find it? All right. All right, fam. This is one of the, we watched those Congress things. Somebody did a clip talking about TDIU. Now you gonna hear straight from them now. Oh, you sent me some M21s. I haven't got them yet. I've been looking for it. Betty Boss talking Kareem. Now listen what Charleston says. Thanks, H-Town. Glad you did this tonight. I thought ratings were based on age and ability to work like Social Security does. No, it's different. It's on ability to work, but not age. Kareem Sub said, yes. What are your thoughts on static disabilities? Static disabilities are static, not likely to improve, but that doesn't mean they won't improve. It just means that as long as they don't have no reason to check to see if it's still static, it shouldn't be no problem, as long as you continually seek treatment. Now, if they got something in your medical records where you better check your medical records and make sure that they're not writing there that you're getting better, they might check your medical records, the VA regional office, and say, oh, we got evidence that your condition improved. Static is static, not likely to improve. Don't mean it won't improve. Watch our video on the The 6 things that can reduce 100% permanent total rate. Yes, indeed. Please watch it. We showed it a little earlier. Now let's see here. Now let's listen to him. We're gonna share this here. So family, veteran news, no fake news here. Veteran news, no fake news. Fair use, this is for educational purposes only. We're gonna mute the sound. So we thank you for your patience with us on that. Hey, listen what he says. Charles, yes, thank you. I am 69 and pain level 10. All of us might be 10. We just so used to dealing with the pain, we can't tell. Huh? PTSD can give you pain. Did you know that? A mental health condition. Now, let's get to it here, family. Let me see where I got this here. All right, here we go, fam. I'm getting it together here because sometimes they'll try to jump over the commercial. So bear with me, please. Bear with me. And once I start playing it, let me know if the sound is good. In 3 minutes, he's going to break that whole thing down. And listen to what he says. Listen to the senator, what he says. I believe he's a senator. All right, y'all ready? Let's go.
Thank you for the witnesses for being here with us today. We are going to take a close look at the Veterans Disability Benefit Program known as a Total Disability Rating based on Individual Unemployment, or TDIU.
I'm going to try to find this full clip. So if anybody find it, it's based on what we did. I don't know how long ago it was, but this is a 3-minute clip where he's going into it. And we're going to watch the whole thing. For those of you that have TDIU, we're going to go through the whole video at some point, but this is a 3-minute clip. So listen to what he says. Let me know if you can hear me. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear. If y'all can hear, let me know. Give us a thumbs up if the sound is okay. Let me know. Oh, it went mute again.
TDIU is a tax properly compensates our veterans today. TDIU known as a Total Disability Rating based on Individual Unemployment, or TDIU. We will examine whether the disability benefit properly compensates our veterans today. TDIU is a tax-free monthly benefit the VA awards to veterans who are unable to work due to their service-connected disabilities. Eligible veterans can potentially receive both TDIU and VA occupational rehabilitation benefits. TDIU is established in the 1930s, and the requirements to be eligible for TDIU essentially have not changed since 1940s. That's over 80 years. TDIU is meant to make veterans whole for their total loss of income resulting from their service-related disabilities. We must ensure that TDIU is properly and adequately supporting the men and women who have earned it and their families. Under current law, VA takes into account a veteran's education and work history to decide whether a veteran is eligible for TDIU. But the benefit itself is flat rate of roughly $3,800, regardless of a veteran's education or work history and or career growth potential. Further, a veteran.
Now listen, so they take your education into place like I told you earlier. So if you have a certain training and, given the fact that I have this severe PTSD, I'm a teacher. So that's my training. That's my education. So, I can't be in there if I'm wilding out with PTSD and trying to handle them other teachers, had a little situation, he was reckless eyeballing and had to deal with him. I ain't put hands on by, I couldn't get on the other side of that desk. Well, the office. It was in the office. He was eyeballing though. I'm telling you, he was eyeballing me. I'm telling you, recklessly. But back to this, it's not about me. I'm normal, family. I'm okay. Boy, they set the sound off as soon as.
VA states that of a veteran's education or work history and or career growth potential. Further, a veteran may be eligible for TDIU if they are only able to maintain marginal employment. VA states that marginal employment is employment that pays below the poverty according to the U.S. Census, which is roughly $15,000. Even when a veteran's income is higher than the poverty level, VA will still consider their job marginal employment if it is employment in a protected environment, which can include a family business and or sheltered workshop. For decades, VA has refused to.
So listen, I know one veteran. He has a business because he's gifted at you know, I want to put his business out. This is a long time ago, but he's artistic when it comes to vehicles. I'll leave it at that. And when he got his TDIU, the family runs it. He's there. He works for it because he's the man, right? But they just run it. His wife and his daughter, his wife and his son. I'm sorry. Yeah. But he just like just like somebody that worked there. But it's family business, so you know where the money going. Oh, this getting on my nerves. Every time I hit it, it go to mute.
Appeals for veterans claims attempt used to define exactly what employment in a protected environment means. Recently, the U.S. Court of Appeals for Veterans Claims attempted to define it as a lower income.
Now listen, they trying to define it. Listen.
What employment in a protected environment means.
Hello.
Employment, if it is employment in a protected environment, which can include a family business and or sheltered workshop. For decades, VA has refused to define exactly what employment in a protected environment means. Recently, the U.S. Court of Appeals.
You hear that? The VA refused to say this has been an issue ongoing. They won't even define working in a protected environment even means. They won't even tell Congress. So you think they're gonna work with us? But people out of these trolls talking about they love the VA. Can we pray for the VA? Oh, they won't even tell. They give these terms that only they can interpret. Say, well, hey, tell us what you mean by that. We can't tell you. We going in a secret room to make a decision on your claim. They won't even tell Congress, man.
Attempted to define it as a lower income position that is shielded in some respect from competition in the employment market. But we know it's still unclear to the veterans about what counts as employment in a protected environment. We also heard from civilian workforce experts that the current flat rate of TDIU is outdated. However, these occupational experts emphasize the VA must conduct further studies and obtain data to ensure that Congress is fully informed if we are to change the TDIU eligibility criteria and rates to properly make veterans whole.
You see that little slick stuff he just said? He's another one, I think, special forces, bragging about being in the special forces. Ain't nothing wrong with being in special forces. But you see, he gonna change it to make veteran whole. We already whole if they get paid at 100% rate. He actually talking about ways to reduce you. They already made whole by getting that 100% rate. What are you talking about? So they trying to find a way. Listen to what he just said. He talking about change it to benefit the veteran. They mad that they like, hey, if you unemployable, why they able to work? The same way y'all is sitting in Congress with 100% and working, huh? The same way that guy that's talking about I'm special forces. Same way he's sitting up there with million subscribers making money and he 100%. So why you picking on other people? We're not gonna kick the little man. You not been up sitting up in Congress with 100%. I heard someone bragging about it, low key. Now listen to what he's saying. I want y'all to hear this.
Is fully informed if we are to change the TDIU eligibility criteria and rates to properly make veterans whole.
Change
Similarly, the Federal
criteria.
Advisory Committee on Disability Compensation recommended the VA study the use of age to determine vocational assessments in TDIU.
So use age. So he's talking. You see this slick joker talking about use age. They do you know they work in Congress even when they sick. One of them just passed the cancer. They let them stay and get their money until they pass away, even though they're not in Congress doing anything. But they want to cut our money and use age, and he know that's fraudulent because it's based on service connect. Because he's a service connected. That's why he's looking down. He won't look at you, and he talk a good game. Him and several others in there. He getting paid there, and they get paid from the VA. Several of them talking about they service connected. So they getting free health care from the government and from the VA. I ain't hating on them, but don't sit and push us down. Look us in the eyes. If you're gonna mess me over, look at me. Looking all at the ground. Man. Yeah, we won't change it based on you saw how he slipped that in. And you know, I've had a lot of respect for some stuff he said, but no, don't come slick, partner. Charlton say VA does golden rules. They got the goal and make the rules. Come on now. Now tell me, did you miss that? See, these other content creators ain't gonna tell you that. They gonna say, just give me the money, and I'm gonna go in the secret room, and you can't say nothing unless you pay super chat and all this here. Yeah, I don't mind getting money, but we got to get the information out. When you get caught up on the money, then you start talking funny. Now, love say VA don't want to box themselves in. Well, that's their problem. They need to tell what it means. But that way we can fight back. That ain't fair to the veteran if we don't understand. They got a rule, but we don't understand it. They can make it mean whatever they want it to mean. They can interpret it any way they want to. Who else telling you this? I ain't mean to trigger you a bit about. I listen to people. See, people think I'm stupid, but I listen to them. I'm listening to what you're saying. Ain't no other country creator gonna break this down to you like this here. Now, love say, I know the game, I know the streets, I know the hustle. And this ain't nothing but the hustle. Huh? They giving VA money. I wouldn't give them no money until they tell us what that means. They over the VA. And y'all saw we had several videos, the VA coming up. We don't know where the money went. We don't know about this. We don't know nothing. Well, you asked for $13 billion, then you gave it back to us. Well, we didn't need it. We thought we needed it. Well, last time you balanced your budget over at the VA? We haven't, and they keep giving them money. Can you tell us what TDI means? No, we can't tell you what marginal employment means. We can't tell you what sheltered work environment means. No, we do know, but we're not going to tell you. Man, they'll go in there and kick them doors in and get that information. Love say, if the VA defines, they will be boxed in. That's right. Now, MG Smith says, that's what his hypocritical constituents want back home. He's just a mouthpiece. Yeah. Now, Betty Bob said, I knew this would trigger me. I didn't mean to trigger you, sister. I just want to tell the truth. Charles say, Betty Bob should make. I feel like a victim. Oh, God. I know it's rough, family. But I have to bring these things out because I'm going to tell y'all what's going on. Huh? But, you know, we talk about the good stuff, but we got, it's the stuff, look, I ain't worried about trusting them, and it's their private thoughts that concern me. And the woman told me, say, baby, don't you trust me? I say, trust ain't got nothing to do with it. I want to know what's going on between them ears. Huh? Now, Betty Bob say, they need to disappear like a 6-month deployment. Come on now, fam. Love say it's Congress that allows VA to wait out veterans. You know, when he said wait out veterans, that's what insurance companies done. They made several movies where insurance companies owe people and they waited around for the person to expire. Now, VA has the worst rules and they don't follow their own rules. And the congressional body don't enforce it. Remember, the officers of the attorney general, all they can do is make recommendations when they find that the VA ain't doing what they're supposed to. Bad VA. Bad VA. Now, I'm just telling y'all the truth now. I'm listening to the slick talk. They getting that pay now. So now they talking, we love the veterans, but everything they do is trying to find a way to take TDIU away, find a way to take this benefit away. Now we're trying to make sure the veterans getting everything, but look how he won't even look up. He just reading off paper. One who gave him that paper, was it from the VA? Was it from one of them donors? I don't care if you're Republican or Democrat. If you ain't helping veterans or independent, I want to hear what you got to say about us. You looking out for everybody else. You got homeless veterans on the streets. But you telling me you going to give money to put people up in hotels that's not even citizens. Excuse me? They in LA, they got veterans sleeping in front of the VA waiting for a hospital bed to become available in the VA hospital. That's shame, shame. But I ain't seen no homeless illegals. Okay? Or undocumented, as they would say. Don't mean to offend nobody. Betty Bob say 20 likes and 15 watching. Love say Congress talk with forked tongue like the Indians say. Yes, indeed. Now let's get back to it. We ain't got but a couple of seconds left on this. I'm gonna move it back a little bit.
Whole. Similarly, the Federal Advisory Committee on Disability Compensation recommended that VA study the use of age to determine vocational assessments in TDIU. VA conducted the study, but the VA has not shared the study results with Congress, despite our frequent asks from the committee staff. In 2023, nearly 300,000 veterans receiving TDIU. We must ensure that TDIU benefits works for today's veterans and their families. That includes ensuring that we have all the data and information we need to determine whether TDIU eligibility criteria and benefits amounts should be modernized. With that, I yield to the ranking member.
What do you mean modernize? Eligibility modernized. As long as they're getting paid the same as somebody that's 100% permanent total, that's modernized. As long as you give them their money, you give them all the benefits that they deserve, that's modernizations. No, you trying to hustle them out of something. Say 100% H-Town. They make me sick to my stomach with that, man. Now, H-Town, I tell them, if you want to see what freedom costs, go to a VA hospital. Come on now. Come on now, man. Brothers and sisters, and I wasn't meaning to upset you. Let's see what we got here. All right, it's family time. I'm gonna see if I'm gonna pull up the law now. Y'all talk about whatever y'all want to talk about. Any questions, statements, or comments, you can talk about what we just went over. Talk about any other questions that you may have. This is H-Town family time, family. We at the end of the rope here. And I'm gonna show you. Oh, I'm gonna show while y'all doing that. I think I got another video to show y'all. I'm gonna show y'all this article that was on news. I'm sorry. Oh, let me see. Let me get this here, fam. I'm sorry. I was so hot. I got some more news. But y'all, any questions, y'all can go ahead with it. Oh, I forgot this news. Sorry. I want to show y'all something else. And family, I'm not trying to be sad, but we got to know what's going on with the people out there, okay? We need to know what's happening in North Texas, okay? So we need to, we got to keep up with things. So if you can't handle this part of it, I understand if you have to go or just